The return of Kenya to the international stage up against Mexico. Well, one of the most popular nations to ever take to the field in Global Sevens, Kenya, looking to fight their way back to the series that they were relegated from for the first time in 23 years at the end of the competition in 2023 for them. And the coaching now of France great, Terry Buraua, who is in charge of proceedings for the men who wear green and make their way to the field, knowing that they have the sternest of opening tests against the Kenyans in red, who not only come here with that desire to rejoin the top table of sevens rugby, but they come here knowing that they are going to an Olympics, sensationally defeating South Africa in the African qualifier. So his Kenyan charges potentially sparkling out in Dubai this weekend. Short kickoff. Test the skills of the Mexicans who claim it through Alejandro Revilla Beltran. Bit of World Series experience for him back in Vancouver in 2022. And looking to get some width on the ball and test the edges, but Kevin Wakasa's out there. He comfortably deals with the threat. Mark. A lot of youth in this Kenyan side. No longer the likes of Billy Odhiambo, Nelson Oyu, Jeff Hollock. Absent. So there's new names staking a claim and tasting heavy Mexican shoulders. What a hit, but the recycle is so quick. And Kevin Wakasa makes no mistake in that right-hand corner. In Kenya are back in Dubai, and they're back scoring tries. Decent attempt, and there it is, Kenya corner. One of the most vibrant scenes in any rugby stadium around the world. A little bit of a scaled-back version here for the challenger, but I'm sure once word gets out, we might see those numbers bolster across the weekend. That is the place to be if you like to mix your rugby with a bit of a fiesta. Spilled by Mexico from the kick, and Onyala is in there looking to set the backs free out wide. Bit of a scrappy one, and Onyala back on the ball, and again, inaccuracy. Mexico fighting hard. There's a big gap there between first receiver and centre, but it's the long fizzed ball out to Wakasa, who is rangy and just utterly reluctant to be stopped. Kevin Wakasa taking two Mexicans with him across the line and taking 2 tries for his own personal tally within the opening 2.5 minutes of this match. He dismissed Ansira first. Then the attentions of Samano and Christopher Cole-Reyes. Such an exciting prospect, still only 23. Part of the side that qualified for Paris in such stunning fashion against the Springboks. High hanging kickoff again, uncomfortably dealt with by Mexico, who find a little transfer in close quarters and set up the ruck. But just that last little shunt from Vincent Onyala, unsettling the halfback and forcing the knock on.
Coach!
Christopher Cole there, just 19 years old for Mexico, made his debut aged 18.
Set!
Picked up a try against Uruguay in the Pan American Games recently, but he's up against Samuel Asati, aka Tintin. Well, Tintin comes up with a solid goal switch in the middle, then the weaving footwork of Amaitsa. And the man from Kakamega Town opens his account on the challenger. And Kenya are looking like a team in the mood early here. Beautiful bounce off the left foot. And the simplest of conversions as well for Anthony Amondi. And look, there's a little bit of life already in the Kenyan contingents. Not a bad way to spend a Friday. Still, just a lack of ownership at the kickoff currently from Mexico, who are toiling in this patch of grass outside their 22, but they get a penalty.
Transgressing, they give the penalty away.
And this is an opportunity to take some field position.
With ball in hand.
Mexico have the Olympic repechage to look forward to in Monaco later this year, having been present at the 2016 and 2020 iterations. And they take the line out. They sling it out wide, and again they look to explore the extremities of the pitch, test those tackles out wide.
Play on.
But the offload is snaffled by the Kenyans. Looked a decent jackal attempt, but not supporting his body weight. Then impedes the runner. Could be a yellow card, but Kenya will play with the advantage. Kenya will go dancing and skipping through the green jerseys.
Yellow card, no 10 meters. Number 1.
And a yellow card for Ricardo Ancira.
Yep. 10 meters offside. Scrum. Mark is here.
Well, I beg your pardon. It was actually Farid Samano, known as Big Farid.
Coach.
And, well,
Point.
picture
Set.
says 1,000 words, doesn't it? Kenya seeking one more try, finding Nitro jet-propelled heels out wide. Look at that for a finish from Brian Tanga. Well, Patrick Adongo, in fact. We got a taste of the pace with 2 tries in that Africa Rugby final. And we get a glimpse of just how quick he shifts. It's a big shot for his troubles. No extras to add, but a very pleasing half if you're of a Kenyan persuasion. They're liking what they see out there, and that's because it is their Shujaa pride who are leading Mexico 22 points to 0. with the second half underway and in Kenyan hands once more. Good tackle. The Kenyans are up and they're fighting forward. It's real pace and purpose to the way that the Kenyans are moving. There is so much pace in the feet of Patrick Odongo. Wow, wow, wow. Scorches through underneath the uprights without breaking a sweat. Patrick Odongo, 21 years old, and with a few wingers in this competition sweating at the prospect of being caught one-on-one with him. Anthony Amondi makes sure of this one with the conversion.
Okay.
Mexico restored to the full complement of 7, but we won't be seeing a return of Farid Samano. Kenya leading the Mexicans 29 points to 0, and really fighting fires every time they have the ball. Mexico, bit of a hamstring stretcher on the pass there, well dealt with by Franco Guerrero, who at the age of 25 is in his 8th year already wearing the jersey of Mexico.
Substitution. Okay, red 6. Green 2 and 4 substitution. And red 6. Red 9 and red 6 off.
So,
Wait.
few changes of personnel for both sides. It is hot work out there. The height of the afternoon sun, irrespective of what country you hail from, it's always punishing out at the Sevens Stadium. And at the moment, it's the Mexicans who are being punished by just great intensity from the Shujaa.
Green step back.
Brian Tanga on throwing, receiving back and launching another Kenyan attack. Nice footwork. Stutters the defence that was drifting across from Mexico. Nice offload round the back of the defender, and then the hands are free once again. Then the feet are bouncing, then the wheels are turning, and off goes Vincent Onyala. Vincent Onyala, a race to the corner. And he's got the wheels to see it through. The KCB rugby man gets himself on the scoreboard and up and running at Dubai 2024. Well, he's approaching a half-century of tries for Kenya. That's number 47 in his country's colours.
Wait.
Not many conversions for Kenya to add, but plenty of tries at this World Rugby Hsbc Sevens Challenger, and a men's competition that promises some humdingers. Not just when it comes to the knockouts, but right here in the pools, there is quality coursing throughout the pools, and there is brutality in the brand of defending as well from the Kenyans. Understandably, Mauricio Mora seeking a few extra moments to recover after that crunching tackle. Well, genuine concern here for Mauricio Mora, the young 23-year-old who made his debut less than a year ago in the summer of 2023. So one of the names for the future for Mexican Sevens rugby, and they're looking to grow the program with young men like
Time is on.
Mauricio Mora
Off it. Scrap.
and inspired by Terry Bourreau, former France captain, who's head coach now of the Central American side. Always good to see a player leave the field, not on a stretcher. So fingers crossed for Mauricio Mora as Brian Tanger gets us back underway. Slick hands out to the edge, but Brian Kinua can't stoop low enough to take it cleanly. Not the greatest pass. Some relaxed faces of men who have done the job that was needed to be done here. But they know that Uganda and Germany await very, very tough pull this. And Mexico finally have a bit of room to work with. Good carry as well. Meters after contact and winning the penalty. Off they go. Andres Rodriguez driving the tempo. Mexico flashing back to the left, but the switch isn't taken by anyone. Still retained. Still they come. Emilio Sanchez. One bounce into the hands of Galindo. Mexico looking more comfortable on the ball and injecting themselves on Rodrigo Ripoll.
Stop.
But losing the ball on his journey to the floor. The signs of optimism for Mexico there. They really haven't had much opportunity to show us what they've got in attack so far, such has been the quality of the Kenyan performance. But they weren't at the Challenger in 2023, so this in itself is a step up for Mexico, being here with the opportunity to play against all these nations. And really, they're going to find few tougher than Kenya, and few as elusive, as quick as Brian Tanger gets brought down, but Kenya still flood forward. The roll not quick enough for the referee's satisfaction, so Brian Tanger instead slings it to the right edge, and with the defence over chasing and the ring craft of John Okot in the middle, it is another try for Kenya, and it's party time for the Shujaa Pride and their band of loyal fans.
Thank you.
The conversion is added and the game is done. Kenya are back in Dubai. They're back scoring tries, and their comeback has been a 41-0 victory over Mexico.